Alright, this is a concept video about what it might be to be a girl, and then to tune into being a girl as a male. When I'm a straight edge male, I'm a straight male, I'm only interested in girls, and I just wanted to be more, understand what a girl might be going through, so not adopting the mentality of how do I want society to look at me. And I realized some stuff, like dressing cordially, keeping yourself not exactly on temptation mode for everybody and stuff. So I picked up some girl clothes as if I was a girl, and I'm about to try them on. This is the video. Trying it on, see how I feel about it, and just go with the flow. And that's why I got this stuff. Now I'm gonna return it to Walmart after I'm done with the video because that's almost $100 worth of clothes over there. But this is me going to Walmart and picking out something hand selected that I think my wife would look great in. So let's check it out. Alright. And of course, to celebrate that I have a daughter on the way, that means if I dress up like a girl for the inner girl in me, I need to be basically 98% girl while I'm raising a girl, so that my body just knows exactly what's going on. It's forging itself towards a girl, and it knows about girl, and it knows about girl genome, and my girl sperm, girl reproduction system, girl mindset, girl queen, a princess, everything perfect about her. And it starts off with something like this. This would be the base. The baseline is $4.94, not about the money. I found it very soft, very comfortable, high cotton count. So trying out what's it like to be a girl. So you try this on. You're a little bit freer and a little bit freer than a boy because of this. Stuff like tank tops, where you don't even know what it's like to wear a bra. Where men don't wear bras, where if you don't wear a bra and you wear this thing, then you're kind of lounging or something and not too concerned about it and stuff. And just alright. So it is. It's a little bit more revealing. It feels like you're on display. So you're showing off your skin, you're showing off your breast, you're showing off your boobs. Now, when you wear tomboy stuff, you got it. Nobody's going to look at you anymore. That's it. Even me as a male, if you're looking like this and your boobs are out and everything, this is it. This is revealing the boobs. See, my curse right there? It reveals the boobs, and that's it. It's about boobs on display and stuff. Compared to if you wear different clothing, then you're so much not on display that you're not going to have a bunch of men trying to leer at you and trying to give you lots of money and trying to soup you up with everything. So that's it. When you put yourself on display just to slide them out, all the men basically focus on you and want to hook you up with stuff. Now, if you wear a bunch of tomboy clothing and you want something more genuine out of society, which was the topic, you guessed it. It's you're going to wear different clothing now. This is why I said I'm not done here. This is face value what's happening right now. So me as a girl, I already realized perhaps I don't want to be on display for everyone compared to I understand what it means to be on display for everyone. They think you're hot. Now, when you're a boy and you want to be hot, and you got to wear the stuff that makes you hot, like the V-neck and the slacks, and the watch and the whole whatever this brand is, the whole watch, all this stuff. You got to get all of the fabric and stuff just right. Now this is called perhaps. Wait a second. I think I had a layer of clothes that I wanted to put on because I tried to design the perfect clothing mixture so that the girl would feel. So I guess it goes like this. Then I did have Sophie's, but I didn't purchase them. These are Sophie's or something like that. I think it's what they call them. Now I realized immediately that this is very skimpy. You're basically putting yourself on display because your vagina, popping out like that. Your butt, squeezed by the clothing itself to make your butt fill it in and make it so that your butt's on display. Now come on, girls. Literally, that's exactly what it is. It's like putting yourself on display for everybody in society, and then it gets you stuff though, because then they think you're hot. So your vagina's on display, your butt's on display, your boobs are on display, your skin's on display, there's more skin revealed, it's almost like you're naked or something. They even sometimes roll this up so it's just their belly showing too. Something about girls basically almost always being nude in our society, compared to those that are never. I always wear a bunch of stuff, so this is it. Here comes the stuff that I felt deflected the unwanted attention. It's called a dress, and I do believe that a dress is the right mixture for. Now I'm going to try to review it as honestly as possible. I'm trying to get this dress to some sort of sticky thing right here. Maybe I can get that. I'm not sure what this is. Wow. Okay. So girls are quite familiar with this. This device on here. I've never liked this. So I understand what it is to be a girl already. We're basically, if you're a daddy, like a real dad, you'd be putting on this stuff just like me, because I'm a dad, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dad in the future, I have children and stuff, and like, when my children being pregnant means the man is pregnant and the girl's pregnant, and that's it, like, we're both pregnant together, so we're gonna explore what we want from daughters, if it's already like that. My daughter's not going to be dressing up in anything that I just put on, perhaps ever, because it's that, it's very revealing, it's very tempting, it's based off of basically just tempting people and stuff, and that's not how I want her to get the stuff out of society, and she's probably going to be something that we found like this, like dresses or something, which is still kind of tempting because it makes you look cute, super duper duper cute now. Being a girl that's super cute, super sexy, super all of that, that's exactly what this stuff does. Now, I've never even put these things on before, but to understand, what is this? It's an extra large, so it's a fit. Then this, like, perhaps that goes like that. Perhaps this goes like this. Perhaps this goes on your boobs or something. So my boobs, you know, like they're being covered. Now I'm still on display. It didn't succeed in covering me. Now there's some sort of clothing company out there that's probably about to make a bunch of money because of releasing clothing that's for girls that said that, like, I really don't want to be on display like this anymore, because now that this video right here, pretty much an important video because I'm a male that's not going to lie to you. Now look, I'm more on display than I've ever been in my life because these little frills and stuff, it makes it extra tempting. Like, what's under the frills? Lift it up for me. You know, what's under here? Show me. You know, it's like, it's really tempting. Now, all these girls are such a temptation on these men in society. It's like, you know, pulling it in on the waist to make you look like slim and attractive. It's like making it bust right here with your boobs and like the whole temptation flap and stuff. This is just straight up what it is. And then your ass and stuff, like, at least your ass isn't exactly hidden, but the hourly shape of your body, usually that's kind of extremely attractive. So just get it right. Girls are attractive. Great, they're not as attractive. They put on formal clothing, be a tomboy then. Now, if you've got the most beautiful girl in the world that's a straight up tomboy, and she's hiding with her hair short and stuff and looks like a man, it's because she's straight up deflecting everything to do with that. All of these men just trying so hard to, like, do stuff for you and stuff like that. If you dress like that enough and someone's like, I want to get one of these for you and stuff and put on a wedding ring. Now, I dressed myself as a girl to see what would it be like to be a girl. Now, that's like being a girl for a day, and like, look at this. It's so sexy and it's so on display and it's so amazing. Like, the sexiest, nicest girl I got. I used to be able to pull it off because of no testosterone and like my own body just being like Peter Pan living forever. Wasn't exactly a girl, but it was more like kind of like a mix of the two. It wasn't super duper dominantly male. Now you can tell I've got some muscles growing and stuff. I'm kind of like a male, so it looks like a man that's wearing like girl clothing. Now, when I understand if I've got boobs and stuff and I've got an hourless body, that's the most beautiful girl in the world. Now, when she looks this way, she dresses up like that for either my husband, because I'm married to you, or now you understand why husbands and stuff get concerned when they go to work or they go to hang out with their friends and stuff. Because guess what they're doing? They're dressing up like this and they're going off to just be looked at by any man. The last thing that these men are usually looking for is the smartness to look for a wedding ring. Now, all the men, if we got this on YouTube and there was likes and dislikes, they'd say, we don't look at wedding rings. We just look at their body and look how they're dressed up. It's like, what's under those boobs, you know? Can I buy you a drink? Can I get you something from my fancy car? Do you want to go in a limo? And then look, they're having so much fun with other girls and stuff, and their wedding rings are like irrelevant unless they're real seriously somebody's wife. Now, they're wearing like a hijab, that means they're covering their head and stuff. Now, here's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying, now I bought this so that, of course, I like my wife and this type of stuff, but the real truth behind this was, of course, this is like a beautiful sundress or something like to wear around, but like the real reason about this was because of the fabric and what it did like this. When you've got a wedding on the line, now I look like some kind of holy Messiah prophet, some kind of beautiful, beautiful girl, and when you wear this and you realize that your whole body's covered by a dress, now you understand, you're not exactly on display anymore, are you? You've already perhaps accidentally been on display back in time, but you don't want to be on display anymore. And it's like, well, I want to be perfect for my husband, or I want to be perfect for my wife. That would be like, we take our wedding vows, we literally pray, we chant. It sounds like some sort of a ritual or some kind of like, you know, evoking the potentials of Jesus, evoking the potentials of God to be like, you're spot on the money right now. Now, you're going to cover your face, blah, blah, blah. You know, you're going to be like kind of like hidden and stuff and mysterious. And then, of course, when you really, 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 really are committed and you're not like anything bad and you've already talked, you've already done anything, you didn't rush into the wedding, when we finally realize we're perfect for each other, then it's like, I'm taking a wedding vow to last forever, and that means no divorce. And that means we both sign, even in blood, just to let you know, like, okay, like, a professional medicine to like draw your blood and give you this teaspoon of blood so we can sign it in blood to make it so real or something. No divorce. That means never a divorce. That means you're sticking with me forever. Now, when we talk about it, and here comes the topic of this, the poly wedding, where it's like, if I have multiple wives and they all sign no divorce, then I have multiple wives and they all signed no divorce. Now that's it. Multiple wives, they all sign no divorce, they stay loyal to me forever, and that. If we dress up in the house like this and we try to be sexy for me, and I say it's super duper sexy, like there's no way around it, but they're like, I don't want to be on display to the society sexy, that's called, we're going to pick out perhaps tomboy clothing to go out into the world to be tomboys together. And they might just think I'm a lesbian. I might just be like you or something. Like they might look like me, I might look like them. We might be best friends, but when we come to the house, when we come over here, we might dress up this way or something, or etc. Like, you know, the cutest, nicest girls ever. Now this is it's labeled as a threat, not like a dangerous threat, but it's a threat because all these girls and all these perfect bodies, they go off into the world dressed like this, super tempting. You just heard the translation from a real man who shared with you why he went and invested this stuff, to investigate what it is to be a girl. Now, when you know that your girlfriend, your wife, your fiance, she's been dressing like this, and then going off to work at like grills or work at the bar, or work here or there, she's on display. And she's making money due to being on display. Now, if you're like, I don't want my wife to be on display anymore, the girls are like, I don't think I want to be on display anymore either because I just learned something from your video. That's called the YouTube priority. And so if you like what you're seeing right now, then of course, this whole thing about if you wanted to up like it or make subscriptions, there's a whole lot of stuff out there. I'm not sure what this channel is capable of doing. What it needs is a staff in the background. It's like, I'm still watching like some of your videos. Some of them I have to like delete them because it's like topics that just aren't awesome compared to like this topic right here. I know, there's not gonna be as many girls like on display in society anymore. We're like, well, if we're all just like friends, brothers, sisters, and we all just want to be on display and like trust everybody, like it's called no perverts. It's like, look, like that. Like, what if I walked around society and people at face value, like the 50-yard rule, thought I was like, what? Like something like that, like some sort of sacred, like prophet type of stuff. Like, and I'm walking places and I look like that. No, that's not acting. That's the truth. I'm gonna do it again. We'll see how souped up this gets by God or something. It's like, check it out. Alright. Now you see it's like, what do you think? What do you think about it? What do you know about me? You know what I'm saying? What do you know? What do you think? This is that? That might have been that. Or it might have been this. Or it might have been that. Or it might have been this. Or it might have been this. And it also could have been this. It could have been a lot of stuff actually. Now, when you're powerful, like, you know, so that, hi, happy wedding, me and my wife, perfect forever, and just knows about like angels and stuff, and knows about like, I mean, yeah, it's like, okay, so this stuff, quite rude. Now, here comes the undressing of my bride or my wife. You know, that would be like when my wife, you know, if she doesn't want to change in front of me, then okay, she's going to change in the other room. She's going to decide what she wants to present to me or provide to me. Now, like, I just look like a kid that's ready to go to the gym. Look, there's that whole down shirt thing. These girls that are just like that, usually in their photos, and they're like, now don't you get it? It's kind of like, check me out. I'm basically straight up on display, and I for some reason chose to do that because I'm trying to lure in men or something now. If you want to just be like, what does that actually stand for? Well, I don't let them see it totally nude because then there's the little amount of temptation there. So that they want to, you know, follow up with me and talk to me about it. So, can I see your boobs? And then some of them are like, ha! You know, like rips apart their shirt, like, look, now like stretch the shirt out. I'm trying to return this stuff at Walmart now. I already took a shower, and this stuff's clean, but it's going back to Walmart. So when you buy something off the Walmart shelf, it might have been used by someone that tried it on once. Like you get brand new stuff, you know, top of the line, brand new, stuff like that, like hand-me-down at Christian stores, like this right here. So this is what I thought might have been the way to not exactly put yourself on display, like with booty shorts, you know, like straight up flagrant, just like you're dressed in a way that's just so not responsible at all. Now, I've seen all sorts of girls of all sorts of ages dressing up in ways that are just like, why don't they learn from this video and then realize what they're doing? And that's it. There's so many different girls out there that are so many different flavors. Some of them due to their neighbor, due to their friend, and it's all just due to their neighbor or their friend then, and it's because their friends started dressing one way and they started to dress that way, and like little do they know that what they're doing is like trying to lure in men and stuff, or lure in boys and stuff like that. Says that, well, when people like me just aren't interested compared to like, well, I've got that, the ability to talk to my wife and talk to God about it. Instead of like this, not this, the perfect dress. And that's it, when you find a perfect dress, because look, I'm not on display. I feel like my boobs are hidden, and it's just what I thought it was. A simple, perfect, my arms are free, I feel great. It feels like I'm just wearing a wedding gown. It feels like I'm also just wearing no clothing. I put on my like, whatever you want to wear, like a thong or normal shirts or this or that, or like however you think it's comfortable. And then it's like nobody's like looking up your skirt unless you like straight up are like, look at me, you know, like that's a girl that'd be like, look at me, like, you know, like making like weird circles and stuff, and just being like, because look at me, like I have the ability to do this now. Yeah, and like when you're wearing, look, like you're wearing your booty shorts and stuff, and you're wearing this, you're so safe, but it's still the gestures of what you do in society, and you're like, you know, doing this type of stuff. I mean, that's what you think it is. It's like, come on, lady, or like ladies, like, please, no offense taken, and you're not supposed to be like judgment-free zone. It's like they're just exploring like whatever their reality was, and if they have the IQ or like the lucky insight, like on this video, you might be influenced by this video then, and that's called, or the video just is like a no-go, and like YouTube staff just like, we have no clue. Now subliminal, it's like upvoting or downvoting. It says even the stuff that gets really downvoted, sometimes that's the most like amazing thing ever, because it's like so many downvotes where like it's still underground. We're still trying to figure out if we make Kevin Pepper become some kind of like, I know Kevin Pepper now, you know, due to this video or something. So like, not sure what the date or the time period was. It might have been 5 years in the future, and then someone's like, well, we found the magic formula, the right type of dress. Now that's called a printing press, or however we make these dresses. When you're in the dressmakers industry, and we make them with machines, and we realize that like, this type of dress, I love it. Now I might not return this because it answered all my prayers. The girl's boobs aren't on display, the vagina's not on display. It's elegant and nice enough, it's comfortable, it feels like you're just wearing like you just got up out of bed and you're just naked or something. And you can walk around society and be extra happy. And if you want to wear a tiara or a queen crown all the time, then you're just a queen, and that's it. What fits with this? A tiara, like a nice platinum silver, more like, I don't know, that like silverish, like real silver. I mean, that thing's sparkly or something with all these real diamonds and real stuff. And it's like, that's a real tiara for a real queen. And then something like this, enough for the queen. And then like, you know, your flesh, your skin, everything about you, you want it to last forever. You want it to be vitality forever. So that comes from your spinal cord, your mind, your body, your ingredients, everything about you, your surroundings. It takes teamwork. We want to live forever. We want to be beautiful forever. And remember, 20/20 eyesight, you can see almost everything. 10/10 eyesight, you can see everything even more. 200/200, you might think that you're looking at God or something because you don't even know what they look like truthfully, and you're like, well, it looks like an angel to me, you know, and stuff like that. But like others that you don't know what they're seeing. You do not know what they're seeing. The wheelchair people, this and that, you don't know if all they see is angels. And when you walk past like traveling, you speak in a voice like this, and you really are genuine about it. And this is such a nice voice for me to hear because then it sounds so official. It's like God telling me that God loves you, God loves you. Then, you know what I'm saying? It's like that, because if you go around and every day, it's like acting. I already did this for Tiesto. When you've played trance so many different parties. I've heard trance way too long. I've heard the sound system. I've heard the shaking bass. I know how it is. And then every day you got to just pretend that it's like your first time on that stage and just be like, hallelujah, you know, like rock out for everyone. To someone, it might be their first night listening to like techno for the first time. And if you're just doled out, it's just like, all right, welcome to the stage, someone else. Compared to being like, what if, you know, it's real Tiesto, or it's not Tiesto, it's like his actor, his double up, so he can just take a break for a while, because it's like, I can't be at every club, like, you know the secret about that, like, I just can't feel it like that every day, every night, like, all these parties and bookings, but they all just wanted, like, the DJ Tiesto experience and stuff, and so they're like, that's it, I'm promised that the DJ Tiesto experience is what happened to me, like, every day I'm like, God loves you. God thinks you're amazing. Like, I love you. My name's God, and I'm going to love you forever. Like, Jesus Christ, my son, he's even better. He's going to be there for you. Like, God loves you. And keep saying that everywhere you go so that they remember that. And that's you. Like, you got to just say it and mean it. Now, God makes me literally mean it. And that's where I go around society and do that as much as possible. But, like, that might have been the nicest thing I've ever heard out of anybody Otis, you know, and stuff like that, because it means a lot. Say, God loves you. God wants you to be around. Like, I like you. You're God, you know, like, it's stuff like that. It's just like, That's the most hilarious thing. You say, your God. Now, does it mean you are God or your God? Like, your God. Like, I what? Like, I own you then or something? And it'd be like, yes. Like, that's Jesus being like, I own you. I own this. I own that. But, like, there's other stuff out there. Perhaps they didn't want to be owned by just Jesus and said, well, Jesus is perfect heaven. Jesus is perfect reality. Jesus is perfect all this stuff. Welcome to perfect heaven. To Christ-based society. Already got to demo out these clothing and stuff. Had like one more. I know, these are stuff that my wife would like dress up in. I like white on my wife, like just truthfully. And then this type of stuff, like I know, it's like a bunch of white stuff with the wedding gown and stuff. So basically what I was gonna emulate is that, like being dressed up in all white now. Let's go ahead and try out my fashion and see like what happened here. It was like, well, that'd be dressing up again and putting it all together. I mean like, so if I was a girl and I was dressing up for my husband, and then I'm doing this on camera, and it's like, look, when I'm like straight up, alright, so look, that's my wife's nipple, and like, that's my wife's other nipple, and stuff, and like, dude, you like get to know them better, and like, be like, I love your nipples because of that, like, that's gonna be my like children's milk and stuff, and like, I know if we're kind of like normal or like kind of a little bit eccentric, she might be like, do you want to taste it? Maybe it'll make you feel closer to me than ever. It'll be like, okay, like I'll try out your milk and stuff, like, alright, 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 that's like my wife, like, I'm gonna kiss you, I'm gonna let you drink my milk, I'm gonna let you do a lot of stuff. And that's it, like raising a baby and just being like, I don't know, like that stuff might make me like, what if I'm allergic to it? And be like, I don't think you're allergic to it. I think that you're basically like really smart, really fun, and just awesome, you know, like you're the guy that like just somehow got it right or something, and like, that's it. So when I'm wearing these, now that's like the booty shorts, you know, that's like my underpants. Now, what was next? It was called this, the all white, and I'm going for all white now. If you want to citate the whole sensation white parties and stuff from like the Armin van Buuren like era, where it was like the whole like Armin only like, because we love techno and we like what techno is, and he's got the right type of techno for us, and it's not techno. Now normal people call it techno. They're just like, oh, techno music. Compared to like real techno, we know that it's modular synthesizers, and it comes from Detroit apparently with like the whole like, I don't know how to like absolutely validly citate them, but let's just say it's the general gist of like Detroit, and it sounds like what modular synthesizers. So it's like modular synthesizers, just a kick drum with like some sort of modular like. It sounds like Jeff Mills. So if you want to know what techno is, it's somewhere around Jeff Mills, and like if you want to listen to the Wizard back in time, like playing his music, and it's like there's a reason why we loved it because of that, like distorting something politely to like make the bass line like extra like, dude, it's like blowing up the club again, and like that's what I know how to do. I know how to make that like the Wizard type of the best Jeff Mills ever. Like everyone just kind of that. Like when people go to your show and they're just checking it out, compared to like if they want to dance or they want to just check this stuff out, that's checking it out. Now, basically, I do believe that the white dress was, it goes over everything to like reveal you even more in the end, but like, or no, to reveal you even more, it meant like unrevealing you, whatever, like less skin, like more stuff, like, you know, compared to like, what is this? Now, girls that take the time to figure this stuff out too, they're like, I remember the first time I crawled into one of these dresses and stuff, but my father might have not known like what you knew, because my father, for some reason, we don't know what to call it, high IQ, the highest IQ, or just God speaking through a civilian, and or, well, it might have been God then, because for some reason, these other families and children, they just didn't know to like keep their daughters like super duper revealed, and they would send them off to school. No, they were pretty much revealed. I remember that. They were at school and they were revealed, but the booty shorts concept and stuff, I mean, they'd be like, but Dad, I don't fit in with anybody else at school. Everyone else is all dressed up with their booty shorts and their butts on display and their boobs out. Like, you'd be like, good, don't do that. Be a couple steps above them. Put on a dress for me, like your dad, and for mom too, and like, and for your real husband. So you're not on display for a whole bunch of other civilians that just, sorry, that's not their, and that's not the husband. That's not the wife. Like, you gotta go to the dad, the mom, you gotta be like, this is a serious wedding. A serious wedding goes on. You've got lots of money, and the girls already always wear like the best dresses ever. Welcome to what basically like a lot of these girls do now. When you establish a relationship with mom, dad, and they're just like, all right, she's allowed to wear like booty shorts in the house around you and stuff. Because like mom and dad already know like exactly what their child looks like, and then at a certain age, It's like you're old enough to have like either a husband from society hand-picked by yours truly, like the best God ever, like the best dad ever, the best like matchmaking or whatever this thing is. No, it's like the best school where you're all together, you just fall in love. It's like, Dad, I know I'm in love. I'm absolutely in love. Like, and I want it to last forever. And it's like, now don't fall in love too early because what if? The whole what if? Like, what if there's another girl, another boy, another daughter, another this, another that? There might be so much more out there. So you need to just chill out. And then that's like a bachelorette or a bachelor. And that's like kind of like me. I'm like a bachelor because trust me, I'm still 25. I've still got my like young like stuff going on. Girls think I look 17. That's a compliment. And when I work out and work out and work out and get really strong at the gym, I might look like the best 21-year-old or the best 25-year-old or the best like 28-year-old that ever existed. And that's just like, you know, it is. It's kind of like a contest, but not quite because everyone is great. Congratulations. What do you think you want to look like? Now, sometimes the elegant girls and the elegant angels say, I don't want to work out, I don't want to smoke, I don't want to drink, I don't want to drug, I don't want to do any of this stuff. But what I want to do is be elegant, relaxed, you know, calm, like sometimes sleepy, have a productive day. Like, we're not sure either. That's called some of these elegant girls that don't want to go out in the sun and stuff because they don't want to get sunburns. We want to preserve our beauty forever. Like, we want to live under a pyramid, the pyramid energy tactic that says if you live under a pyramid, you might live forever because there's something about pyramid energy and like, we try to live forever. You know, like when we like, I've lived forever already and I'm in heaven. Like, God already put me in heaven. Like, heaven lasts forever. All this type of stuff. Kind of like a heaven. Kind of like it lasted forever, right? Like, you got a video or something, and plus, like me, like, still around with like my plants and stuff now. To just keep going with what I was doing. It was like, these, they've got all these like anti-theft or something, like testing that's been used or something. This is like, huh? This stuff. Not sure what it means, but like, I'm still gonna just dress up like I thought I was supposed to dress up for my wedding or something, or like, whatever. This is like me, like dressing up as a girl. Now I look like I'm more like an angel, because look, I got my like little wingy thingies, and like, when the wind is blowing outside and you're like an angel because God loves you, God's gonna blow the wind a specific way for you, so you're almost always having like a barrage of flapping, like angelic energy and stuff. And that's it. I saw girls that were like going for the flapping barrage of like angelic energy before I even. Now, if God is so smooth on YouTube or whatever this thing is, that they already know who I am, they already know, like, so that's it. Now you know, like, what was happening, like, the angelic flapping energy and stuff. And they're like, kind of like doing that, but like, I used to do this too, and that's it. Sure, it's silly, it's not really like silly at all, it's just getting pushed by the right type of God, or perhaps it was my own brain, my own God, like Jesus Christ, like, selecting these girls to like, dance around a certain way because they were like, I know. And remember this when it was like the first people that used to go like that because of that. And they said that we used to do this because of angels and because of God and because of just like, I don't know either. Now that's it. You want to humiliate yourself? You got another Jesus Christ video and be like, the fan base, it's enormous. There's so many Jesus Christ followers. And then when you want to be a pastor, like, you have like the right movements and stuff, or you want to be more than a pastor, you want to be just like, wow. So like, what do you want to be? It's called the perfect husband for my perfect wife. Now God always told me that like, my perfect wife, the Virgin Mary, Kevin Scott Pepper, that's my name. And then it's called like, they belong together forever, and we stay together forever and stuff. Now that's it. And then when you're like closing this thing up, because that's like Mary, you know, she'd be like, I'm like, well, now I understand, now I'm less tempting and stuff. Because look, you were like, well, I mean, stuff like that, if I was Mary, look at what I'm doing with you, you know, like, I'm checking this stuff out now. That's it. I put all this stuff on. I still feel like it's too skimpy for me. I needed my dress, a white dress. I needed a white skirt, a skirt about like this long. I needed a skirt about this long to like basically go to like my knees, and so that my knees, but like the right type of skirt, not a tight fitting skirt, a very loose, very flowing, very nice white skirt goes down to my knees. Put it on over this stuff. So like I've got my booty shorts on. I've got my, you know, everything secured and perfect, and then I've got my nice like white like dress with all of the frilly stuff sticking out. Said there it is, my Mary, like dressed up that way for a reason. Said because I always like had myself totally like, as you know, like frilly, like kind of like a wedding dress type of thing, and being like so elegant, so beautiful, and such a perfect like queen. And then when you're like standing up just right and like straight and stuff, or not straight, or just, you know, just being like, well, when Mary's just like, I absolutely love you, you're absolutely like perfect, kind of like me, and like, because it is, and like we're perfect, and you know, like God made us perfect, and so that like, so basically this is like your skirt then. So go ahead and put this on, and now realize you're getting kind of hot because you're putting on so many different clothing. Now, if Mary's just absolutely like sweating or feeling hot, get if Mary receives a blessing that she can dress up in like layers of clothing like this to make herself like just the right mixture and stuff. And I do believe that this, when at first in the video, this wasn't the perfect mixture. This wasn't the perfect dress. But maybe after I wear all these layers, then maybe it will be. Compared to like when you're putting on layers of clothing and it's harder to undress you and stuff, so it's like it takes a long time to undress myself. And then if I need to take a shower, compared to like I never ever smell weird and need to take a shower, and that would be like, yes, like heaven instructed me to be like, when I'm in heaven forever, and you're in heaven forever with me, and like, there's no weird smells, there's no like weird stuff. It's like just Kevin and Mary, and like, that's it. And it's like Kevin and Mary in heaven forever, and like, knew that like, basically, and then when we're like when Kevin's on in the heaven, Kevin's in heaven right now, and trying on like his wife's clothing, perfect. The perfect billowiness, the perfect skirt. It's basically the perfect skirt then. And this right here, I'm not very much so revealed and stuff. You just pull this up a little bit. Now this, I'm done. There it is. I'm safing it. Hey, look, my boobs aren't on display. My whiteness, my kind of like my wedding gown, and it says, well, now I need another one of these frilly surfaces that I'm wearing because that would have been my wedding gown that covers my face. You know, my hair is all like dolled up, feeling like I took a shower, or used shampoo, or I made my house, like made everything look beautiful for Kevin Scott Pepper. The most amazing hair ever, the most amazing smells, like the best shampoo then, the best like ingredients, the best everything. It said, welcome to a futuristic society that knows exactly how to like basically doll up my Mary and doll up Kevin, so that Mary's like super duper attractive and super perfect, and then Kevin's super duper attractive and super perfect, and it takes like shampoo, body deodorant, everything perfect, a washing machine, a dryer, like little things like that. And then when I'm dolled up almost every day, I took a bath at night, I'm just normal civilization, takes a bath in the morning, takes a bath at night, maybe takes 3 baths per day to be like so clean for Mary and stuff, and just stuff like that. And then when I wear my like wedding gown or my stuff, and like I'm so happy to be there, and like remember that like it's not just a one-time event. We can do that wedding like unlimited times. We're just gonna throw like 15,000 weddings because I love it when she's dressed up like my perfect wife, and she wants to wear her little queen tiara and stuff, and like be the perfect queen and perfect everything. And it is. It's not acting. That's as serious and real as we can get. Kevin dressing up in how she wants Kevin to look. Now there's a thing called like suit and a tie or this or that, and like I'll wear a suit and a tie then. Compared to like if she wants to have the very interesting, unique wedding where Kevin's dressed up like her, she's dressed up like me, and then it's like we're gonna be in love forever. So that'd be like wedding number 300 or wedding number 5,000, because eventually we're gonna have so many creative weddings. Mary getting so creative with Kevin, and Kevin getting so creative with Mary. We're gonna have so many creative weddings that eventually will be so famous for us, being like we made like 16,000 weddings, and it's Kevin Scott Pepper and the Virgin Mary like putting on an amazing show. Where like it's kind of like our own private show sometimes. And if we decide to come to society or come back to reality and stuff, and be like, "Hi everybody, it's Kevin Scott Pepper, the Virgin Mary's husband here," and like, what are you gonna tell us next? What are you gonna tell us next? And so that like, well, Mary told me that I kind of like left society with Kevin Scott Pepper, and like we went to like a place where it was kind of private and stuff, and like that's us on our perfect private area, like our own perfect world, our own perfect universe, our own perfect everything, our own perfect heaven. And then so that like sometimes when there's no visitors and it's impossible to visit, it's impossible to visit and there's no visitors. Now, when I'm an instance of that, like a perfect Kevin Scott Pepper, and I'm here on this planet, on Earth, by analogy, it means I'm on a world that has a lot of neighbors, a lot of families, a lot of civilians, a lot of stuff. And so that Kevin Scott Pepper, you know, like you're Mary, every Mary, like the real Mary test that says there's only one real true Mary, and that's Kevin and Mary together in heaven forever. Now, these kind of like, if you dress up with me and you think that we're vibing like the Virgin Mary's husband, and like, yeah, she's like, what? What do you want out of me? And it says that like, I want you to basically be perfect on the wedding stage for your perfect Mary and stuff. And like, we think it's Mary. I mean, all the church in the area thinks that that's Mary, and says that and Kevin Scott Pepper, the Virgin Mary's husband. So that means, okay, like, so you and Mary are already together. Like, we've already taken our wedding vows and like billions of different contracts with like the highest order of God's like stuff. And so like, that's why I'm wearing a wedding ring, and that's Mary. You know, that means Mary. Now I have a wedding ring that says Mary on it. I have a wedding ring that has an infinity sign on it, and I also have a wedding ring that's just a normal wedding ring. And now God knows me so well that if I take this thing off and I go back to church at any of these churches, they'll be like, and I got a signal, somebody took off a wedding ring now. That's called having enough faith that it means that you're wearing your wedding rings always, and that when Mary and God or Jesus or angels see you, whatever, they'd see like 15 wedding rings on this thing, but they're all just for Mary, compared to like if Mary selected the different angels for me to like be with, like my wives, then it'd be like Mary selected Aunt Ruth, Mary selected Mary. Mary wanted it to be just one, just Mary, so that's it. Now Aunt Ruth would be like, I want to be perfect for you and Mary. Then, like I absolutely want to be perfect for you and Mary, and I am, and I know that I am, and like she is, and she's not like anything that you even prior thought about Aunt Ruth. Aunt Ruth is probably one of the nicest things, but Mary, the most genuine, most amazing love, and it was so genuine that God, like more than just proved it to me, said, Mary's Kevin's absolute real opus, real like climax, real everything, the highest and best that it could ever get from me. That's Mary. And then Aunt Ruth, she was there for me as an angel. Like if I ever needed an angel to show up, then Aunt Ruth would be there and be like, Aunt Ruth likes crosses and stuff. It's just like Aunt Ruth loves crosses. So like when I'm doing this for Mary and for Aunt Ruth, there it is, a perfect union. See, she likes me. She says it's kind of like a Nobel Prize. You have like one of the best crosses that ever existed. As you can tell, it's got some sort of heavenly energy on it. It's got like the right type of like Christ has risen beyond your imagination and stuff. And like this type of cross. This is the, like it's the nicer one. That's a really nice cross. And then there's also a nice cross on the door over here, and like stuff like that. It's just like, yeah, there is. There's a nice cross on the door. It's like it said. Well, thanks for tuning into this demo, and I'm about to like realize that it's kind of like that, like Trey Stone and Matt Parker when they're going to. And no, it's not like that. It's not like that, but like trust us. When this and like it meant like a girl on the way, it meant a queen, it meant a princess, it meant like I'm tuning into something on a whole other level than God ever even intended for me. The whole thing about understanding what it might be to be kind of like a girl, and then going there like that, and being like I'm so happy, and just remember like looking at everybody, like having the best time of your life and stuff. And it's like the Chase on Matt Parker, like, and like I know the keywords to get it to show up and stuff, but like if you, I don't know, it's like one of these events like that. Like if you're gonna go and accept the award or accept our like prize to you, your what is it called, like Grammy or whatever, like an NBO video, like NBO for you, the track, like Trance. Oh, the Trance records, like they deserve their own MTV like award or whatever this thing is. The Nobel Prize of Peace Prize, like the nicest, like beautiful trance music. NVO for you or something. It's like NVO, ENVIO for you, and it's like that's a really nice peaceful sound. And like sometimes if we're patient and we love it and we're just like I like listening to it, it's a very a nice noise now. Children exposed to like trance music and like the babies, I think they love it, but like some adults are like the tisk thing, like I'm waiting for something to happen a little bit more exciting than sitting through 9 minutes, a 9-minute track. Now kids that said in 2 minutes, you've got 3 minutes to put as much of a show into 3 minutes as possible. Now that's a challenge. Make a music video that's under 3 minutes that has like what? The perfect mixture, the perfect everything, the perfect entertainment value. And it's not just a 9-minute trance track. It might be like 10 seconds of like the perfect 10 seconds, then another perfect 10 seconds, then a 20-second, then another 20-second, and like you're keeping it ordered compared to like getting into the decimals and stuff and be like 18 seconds, like 5 seconds, 4 seconds, 60 billion, 0.5 nanoseconds, like breaking nanoseconds into a new word. What do we call it? Like we don't know either. The gluon, the little quirky gluon-y thing that was like, you're so complicated that it must have been zillions of a fraction of a second. Like you must have had 1 second that turned into like zillions of trillions of billions of zillions of no, that's it. You want to eat some stuff out of your refrigerator and be like, what else do you want to do? I'm trying to be perfect, right? Like perfection. Not the perfect commercial, but it's like, I believe I've found perfection. I think the perfection is this. A perfect circle like that. That's perfection. It's a perfect circle. It's in like more than just 3 dimensions. You know, like when you get that fancy new like S12 phone or whatever this S12 or the whole concept behind this brand new smartphone that I've got, like this, it's kind of like perfection. Now look, if I'm making Mary like smell this stuff, and she's got a normal nose just like us, it's called a human. It smells amazing to a human. You know what else smells good? Is to cook cookies, bake a pie, like cook up some stuff and be like, hi, I'm not God. You know, like that's it. Because it's like, that's like the Trace on that Parker. Like, why does that mean Trace on that Parker? Because of that. It's like, howdy, Parker. Like, I don't even. I know. It's so amazing. How many times South Park and stuff are like, that type of thing, or like, that. It's like, I know exactly what you're talking about. Now set that down and be like, we come in peace. We come in peace. Like, all we want to do is walk around at your Grammys wearing like girl clothing or something, and like, I'll be a queen or something. I'll just walk around and be like, we're not sure if he's a queen or what is he? He might be a girl, he might be hot or something. That might be like married and stuff. Like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, more proof about God. Like, told you to stop doing drugs and like focus. Focus, you know? Seriously. Please, for the love of Jesus Christ, Mom. She wants that, like a perfect driving record, a perfect everything, like this perfect civilian. It's just like, I'm so perfect. And that's what Kevin Scott Pepper, he is. Now the rest of the world, like, are we imperfect? And it's like, no. And when they're like, well, I mean, seriously, like, you hung out with our world and stuff, and like, that was it. When you got close enough to like, enough civilians to be like, it's alright, like, they wanted, like, just no. They wanted you to just, like, chill out and realize that, like, we need a muse, you know? We need, like, a revolution, and, like, what just happened here, like, super God or something. Like, I'm gonna put on even more, like, I'm going to Michael's Fabric, or, like, I'm going to, like, Vieira Mall, and I'm going to, like, Walmart's Fabric Center, and I'm gonna pick out all the best fabrics, and I'm gonna start sewing and knitting my wife's, like, stuff for her to wear, and say, welcome to, like, cutting the hole out yourself, and, like, you're about to see that, a cosplayer. Now, you either take the stuff, the grace of these machines and stuff, and said, please don't. I want to see some custom stuff out of you. Now, when I spend the next, like, I don't know, 3 years, like, making custom stuff for Mary, and I had a head start. I didn't have to use the cotton gin to make this stuff. Now, when you had to make the cotton gin, when you had to make the first clothing, welcome to how complicated it is now. If someone's out there on YouTube or on this world that says, I know exactly what the first clothing was, and we'll try to figure it out. Now, we've got the fluffy cotton. We realized enough cotton, and then we sleep under it, do not have any kind of a spark or a match around all this cotton. Now, when you've got all the cotton, a real cotton farmer, and it's like the nicest, softest, whitest, like perfect stuff, then we're like putting it all over ourselves to stay really warm, and we realize this stuff makes us warm, it makes us hot. Like when we like string, we make string, and we found out how to make like pieces of string, and like we wind it up and stuff, string after string after string. Now, when we start weaving these pieces of string together, and we make one of the first, like, the front of a dress, and now the back of a dress, and now we weave it together, now we have a dress. Now you understand, when you go to like Jamaica or like somewhere else and they like do this stuff by hand, then you already know the value on that stuff is very expensive. And it's like, because then when they trade some of their stuff hand knitted for machine knitted, is a machine perfect, like perfect. You get it? Like, and then the human error, we're like, no error, it's something custom from like the Rastafarians that said, well, if we made it as custom as possible, and then you realize how like nice this thing feels to wear, and like you're hot, you're warm, it's beautiful, it's like kind of like that, like the whole rainbow gathering and stuff, and like all these civilians that already made this stuff from scratch. Now, if you want to just be Walmart or this or that, or like this, and so like, I'm ready for it. What I just did, and it is. It's like, it's kind of like a shortcut or something to a heaven because of that. A Walmart, and I've already got stuff that took millions and billions of years to figure out how to get this stuff to be like graceful and flowing and be like, okay, like appreciation for Walmart, because you don't have to sit there and like knit this stuff forever and like, okay, you know, that's the power of machines and stuff. It's like our engineers are machines, and like the calculus behind it, I mean, like, it's not exactly about profit and money. It's just not about money. It's about, if I traded you this stuff for hand knit Rastafarian stuff, and I had like 16 duplicates of this, they would probably say, "Ya man, like I want this, it's like perfect." It is. It's perfectly woven. It's perfectly the cotton that got like spun up and stuff. Oh my god. All of the details on this. Oh my god. And it is. It's not totally 1000% perfect, but it's basically some form of perfection. Like, rolled this thing up, made like perfect cotton gin or something, robotic cotton gin. Everything's so perfect. Now, if you bring a couple of these gifts and you come visit Jamaica with this thing, and you just give it to them on grace, then like, my grandmother made this from scratch. Like, do you like it? Do you like this? And it says, when they just feel like this, perfection. Our stuff might not be as perfect, but they say, yeah, like hang it up on the wall then, like something custom. So it's like it's got a real history and a real story behind it. And then thanks again, thank you. Now, this, I think this was the winner, and it's amazing. And if I had to make this stuff by hand and stuff, it's no burden if you're really enjoying it now. If I'm perfect Grandma Pepper, or like I'm perfect Grandpa Pepper or whatever, and like I'm knitting things for my children and stuff, and my children are playing on the floor in front of me, and like I'm taking care of everything and stuff, and it's really, really good. That's it. I'm from kind of stuff like that, like Grandma Pepper, real Grandma Pepper. She was knitting stuff, and she gave me a hand knitted, still have it in the mementos bin, and it's so perfect that I don't just like sleep around that thing and curl up and like I will with my wife though. Like when my wife is here, I'll get the like grandma hand knitted stuff and like we'll like snuggle. That's proof that I'm a real somebody's real son, like, and they have real like grandma and grandfather, and I'm absolutely real. It's just, so you're worth it, man. You're worth it. Like, I want you to have more like this. I want you to be on a wedding stage for us all, and then the whole world to be applauding it. Be like, more than just applauding it, but it's like, of course, we're praying for you to have the perfect wedding and the perfect everything, and be like a wedding that absolutely lasted forever, that God actually approved of, and it's just that God absolutely approved of it, and that's it. When God approves of a wedding, and there's a wedding in order. And it is. It's kind of like a king or a queen, and just, that's it. I mean, I'd be a king, but they'd call me like, if you're partially a king and partially a queen, because inside of you somewhere, it's for the queen. Like my body's for the queen, but like I've got like perhaps some queen type of stuff inside of me, and then just normal relationship where it just said that like this, my brain, my mind, the best of me, and then my body going haywire for a moment, being like, because I know that my like girl on the way and stuff is like ready to like basically come out and be like, I need to go into your vagina so that my girl, and then pray about it, and we'll go get baptized over and over again. And the girl, the daughter's name, like, well, her name is Mary. Now the second baby, and then, yeah, the first baby, Mary. And then it's like the second baby was Aunt Ray. It says Aunt Ray basically number 2. That's girl number 1, girl number 2. Aunt Ray, Mary. Aunt Ray, Mary. Now, then comes some of the most complicated gestures that ever happened for someone's name, like real complicated name, and it's like, I'll never be able to pronounce this, and I'll never be able to figure out her name, because it's just, I absolutely can't then, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not even trying to. And it's like, because it's like the third child, so complicated, so beautiful. We're not sure if that's literally, well, look, Mary's number 1, she started out first. Aunt Ray's number 2, she's second now. This real complicated thing, so complicated, but like that's like the fastest, like most romantic, most perfect angel ever that said like, I'll offer protection for Mary, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm so complicated, stuff like that. It's just like, it's the world's most complicated thing that ever existed, and Mary's like, I'm not exactly complicated, but Aunt Ray is. So Aunt Ray got complicated, Mary stayed simple, and Mary's just like really simple and elegant. So they're like, you, and like dressing up and stuff, and so they're like, look at what you did. You basically made sure that Mary ended up super duper 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 happy with only Kevin Scott Pepper. Now Mary's only for Kevin Scott Pepper. Husband and wife, not that. Alright? Now, this. When you've got like that, like a traditional wedding, and someone wanted to be the best man, and you're like, I seriously, I signed up for this. I wanted to be the best man at your wedding. And I wanted to be like an angel, like Angel Michael, or like God, like around God. Remember, closest to God, like Michael? Like Michael was there just like almost every time. Like Michael was always basically there. Proof. Michael was there. He was. Compared to like, if Michael's not there for like the 17th time, because it's like, I know, Mary wanted it to just be only one boy, only one male, you. And it's like Kevin, like, wanted it to be just me for like the 1500th wedding or something. So like, but the first wedding or the third wedding, and he said, look, Michael still wants to be the best man. And so, like, guys, I really care about you. I really am genuinely, like, concerned about this. I want you to stay completely loyal to the Virgin Mary. And then understood that your daughters, though, Aunt Ree, the complicated stuff, the whole, like, too many, like, we're trying to, like, figure this out for something. I can't just go around, like, blurting out, like, stuff anymore. I have to, like, stop and just be like, sometimes, like, please blurt things out. What did it say? It said the New Nevada. Now, New Nevada, why is it New Nevada? It's just because we probably heard someone else say that back in time. We don't know what it means. There's a documented, like, documents for this. And someone talked about New Nevada once before now. That means we have Nevada that's, like, the best thing ever. Like, do we want it nature Nevada, or do we still want it to be, like, the rarest, most amazing, like, the best Nevada that ever existed? Now, that's Nevada 7.9. Like, when we're going to 8.12 in, like, 16 years, you got it. Like, someone's going to Nevada 17.9 billion or something. Instead of, like, I'm about to go to Nevada 1 billion. And, like, 1 billion, Nevada must have been God's favorite children and stuff. And so they're like, wow. Alright, so the whole booty shorts thing, and like, what am I wearing under this? My boxers. Now, look at that. You're more dressed up than boxers. Now this. I thought it kind of looks like a skirt, but it is. It's kind of like making my butt stand out. Now that's it. We wanted something a little bit different than that, a little bit frillier. That's not exactly about your butt being on display, because that's it. You're not supposed to have your butt on display. Now, boxers, real male boxers. Now, I'm sorry about this Fruit of the Loom commercial and how it's, like, non-sexual. It's just girls that, like, think about it. You're posing in underpants. Like, you want another Fruit of the Loom commercial? It's like, sure, but, like, alright, so now think about this. This thing, it doesn't make your butt stand out. You know what I'm saying? It's just a straight-up, like, dress. Like, this thing's amazing. Now, if girls wear this stuff, they're like, they've got butts, and their butts, like, stick out. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, they need even a looser boxer. So it's like, my waist might be small, but my butt might be big. So I'm trying to make it so, like, how do I the dress concept, you know, like it just like hits the line, the roll off point of the butt, and just that's it, you know, like your back, your butt, like clothing and stuff, and just I know it's these girls and their butts and stuff, and they're so concerned about it. But like, what if you like never had your butt on display for anybody but that, like your husband, and like the husband is husband, or said, but I trust you, I trust Kevin Scott Pepper. If he looks at my butt and then tells me like, do you like it? Do you like what you're seeing? Now, it's like the truth, and then saying that, like, well, like, that'd be like being exposed to a bunch of butts and stuff. Now, that's the funniest psych word or something ever. Now, think about this. Like, they're exposing me to, like, thousands of different girls' butts, and, like, what's your favorite butt? Now, like, 5 days later, if I literally had to say, like, this one's number one, now look at her face. You know, like, something like that. Like, that's hilarious. But please, for the love of God, this whole sorority girl thing, and, like, there's no men in the background, but they're like, okay, like, my boobs or whatever, and, like, that kind of thing, like, alright, so like the real sorority, like what are you even talking about this time? It's like basically the whole, look, the RNA, DNA like double cross thing that I just like kind of like that. Like, so like you're really smart and it's not done. It's like there's still more progress and there's still more beauty to like be on this world, more beauty. And so this world's beautiful, and that's like one fact. This world's beautiful. Now, oh, the boxer effect? So like my penis isn't straight up on display. Remember like the crinkles and stuff? This thing tried to make it so that your penis isn't on display. I have a penis, alright? Now, how big is your penis? It's like, what? No, seriously. What do you think? It's called, I don't know. Now, wow. Well, that's that whole mysterious thing where they're like, do you want to keep it a secret? And it said that like, not exactly. Because that's it. If I was a girl then, and like my vagina, how deep is my vagina? How tight is my vagina? And it'd be like, too tight for a big penis. So thank God that you don't have a huge penis. Now I've got the right size penis for my perfect wife. It says it absolutely is. And you'll just have to take like my word for it. And then said that like, it's not like saying he has a little tiny penis, then it's like the right size penis. And it changes a lot. Like it has the ability to get extremely big. It has the ability to stay like the right like size to like truly be perfect. It has the ability, you know, like to fill it out. Like if you needed to put it in and then slowly fill it up to be like, stop right then and there. It's like, all right, I'm done. I have control over my penis glands and stuff because my brain, it's smart. Now that's revolutionary right there. Like some lucky perfect wife that's like, okay, like, this is called Aunt Ray, and like my daughter and stuff, and then Aunt Ray's like, it's on sex experiments with Kevin's penis and stuff. It's like, so his penis is exactly what we thought it was. It's the ability to feel like it's like, what, like, the perfect size. Like, everything's just perfect. It feels amazing. And it's like an orgasm from Kevin equals the best thing that ever happened to me. It's called, I mean, that's heaven to me. The gift of Kevin's penis into my vagina, that's heaven to me now. And it is. And it says that, like, so inbred then, and it says absolutely. Inbred for a reason, and it says that the whole government and everything about it's just gonna have to say, like, all right, an inbred Kevin and an inbred Aunt Ray, like, and she's 18, you know, she's an 18-year-old, she's a 21-year-old, she looks like a 25-year-old, she's 18 years old, compared to, like, she loved me when she was just a speck, you know, when she was just a sperm, when she was just, she still loved me, and she said, I love you so much, like, I have, like, 90% of your brain, like, working overtime for Aunt Ray, like, my brain, like, feels Aunt Ray, you know what I'm saying, like, Aunt Ray's, like, the nicest thing that ever happened to Kevin Scott Pepper. Now, Mary, being that, like, the best gift from a real God of Gods I've ever received. And God of Gods, like, I gifted you, Mary, and I love what you did to me. Like, God, when God first met me and stuff, I was like, I love you, and it's God. And, like, I know, the God thing that had long Dodgers beachside salad before, like, the food, amazing. Like, everything about you, amazing. Perfect everything. God bless you, Kevin Scott Pepper. You're amazing. And then the Virgin Mary there with me right then and there on the spot. And then the whole, like, the best stuff that happened and stuff. And just, it's because of Jesus, it's because of God, and it's because of Mary. And so that, like, we're basically amazing. We're like the nicest, like, family and stuff. And so that, like, just please, you know, like, understood that, like, we didn't do, like, a lot of stuff. We did only some stuff. And that night, I didn't eat, I didn't drink, but I had something like God next to me, with those perfect hands and that perfect noise and everything perfect. And then instantly God gifted me my perfect gift to be with my perfect Mary, my perfect angel, my perfect Mary now. That's real perfect Mary. Now that was so perfect. Now there's like Mary like 7.9, which is like Mary basically being like, I know you gave birth to like 70 billion Marys, like your sperm and like everything about you. And so like, I know. Now you have so much Mary energy that it's like real perfect Mary. And so that like, she's that perfect, you know, like the most perfect angel and stuff like that. So, well, then you created the most perfect angel, and her name's Mary. So that means that like God of Gods gave birth to God's perfect daughter, and then called her Mary, and then God of Gods gave birth to His perfect son, and called it Kevin, and then Kevin and Mary, they came together to be inbred because of God. So that God sits above it. God placed Kevin. God placed Mary. And said, "That's my daughter. That's my son," and said that, and now I'm going to put them together to be the best stuff that ever existed. And it's like Kevin and Mary's relationship under God, and it's the best thing ever. And the perfect wedding ring, it's so amazing. And just that, like, this video, it's pretty much done. You know, of course, just one fan. He was a fan, and I said if I had to flap my wings for you, or I had to fan you with a bamboo or a branch or a fan or something for hours, well, here's a little shortcut from us. Just turn it up a little bit. Now that's it. You got more than just a fan. You've got a perfect life. And you've got a life, and you live your life for your wife. Like, that's it. I live my life for my wife. And so that, like, little things like that. When you're outside and it's blowing around in the wind and stuff, something's making it blow around. Now, if you want God to make that stuff blow around, then it's going to be, like, some of the happiest, nicest looking stuff that ever happened. Just so that, like, thank you for participating in, like, the angelic stuff. Like, you put this on something, and it's like a wing or something, and then the fan, so it's like slowly moving it. And that's it. It's kind of like a wing that keeps flapping. You know, like, alright. Now, Mary, and the suggestion, never do drugs ever. Ever. Never do drugs. Now, Mary needs to basically find out what is drugs. What is drugs? And just tell me what not to use. And it says stop smoking pot, stop going to, like, church all the time without me, and I want you to basically, like, clean up the house, clean up any type of a mess, and just make yourself, like, do not work out. Like, Mary doesn't want me to work out. Mary doesn't want me to do, like, excess amounts of, like, laundry and stuff, and, like, wants me to like basically never smoke pot, and then that's it. So like never smoke pot, and that means never. So it's like, okay, I'm never going to smoke pot. Now, what else did Mary label as a drug? And she says, the food in your fridge and stuff is not drugs then, you know, and that's called, so food, only food, and like, alright, like you got it, I know, and if it's still a government signal like the FBI, that's just like, like just trust us, like, you don't need to like, we've already seen enough research done on pot, and we label it as a drug because of that. And am I allowed to drink coffee, Mary? You got coffee? Because coffee kind of like makes me act like more bizarre than pot ever did, perhaps. Like we'd have to find out. And then if I acted weird on coffee, like after 17 different coffee tests, or like 10 years later, I'm still trying it out for the first time. That's like what it was, like the pot experiments. Like, not sure if it's a drug or not sure if coffee's a drug or not sure what a drug is. Because sometimes it makes you feel amazing, the best thing that ever happened to you. Other times, I don't think it's the best thing that ever happened to me. You know what I'm saying? I think Mary's the best thing that ever happened to me. And let's just have that. And like, sure, I'll take that wedding vow for Mary. The no pot, like put like one of those wedding songs that says no pot. All right, no pot then. That means no marijuana. That means that just shut down so much opportunity on this world. I was about to have like the perfect everything going on around pot and stuff. Guess I'm not then. Thanks, Mary. That's fine. Why would it be perfect? Explain yourself. Because the brownies, the CBD oil, your body, it's like designed with receptors. You have like THC receptors inside of your brain and stuff. And like without the THC connecting to your brain, your receptors, it's like you don't use it, you lose it. Now, to understand, humans love pot. Humans also love other stuff too. Now that's it. And when you're like, you know, a saint or a human or an angel or whatever you wanted me to be, and already tried out the pot, now 99% of the time it turned out amazing. That's why I wanted more of it and stuff. And then there's demand for it. Like, I'll trade you my brand new SD card for a little teeny piece of pot. Now, the SD card, it lasts a little bit longer than a temporary piece of pot, where like you're looking at the piece of pot, remember the smell, and the Lord is pleased, like with the smell of this. And it's like, it might be the most beautiful smelling plant compared to like, go ahead, smell some other flowers, smell some gardenias, smell some other stuff, and be like, smelling plants, that might be using drugs as well, because the plant's like a drug. So when there's so many plants, so many smells, and so many stuff out there, sometimes we have to say, that's not a drug then. We're like, it is. It's a drug. And it's like, because some people get really, 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 really out there. Other people, they don't. Now, some people, it's a test then. Now, me testing pot and stuff after I went like my whole life without it, it appeared to do what you thought it would do. Make you feel the best that you've ever felt in your life for about 3 hours, and then guess what you want to do? You want to do it again and 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 I get it, 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 I got it, I got it, you got it, you got it. So try to take a break from it, break from it, break from it, never do it again, 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 and listen to Mary, Mary, Mary when she said, just stop for me, all right, you got it. That's called, you know, it's a forgone opportunity for Mary, because like I said, I was about to make billions of dollars, I was about to like make like pot energy drink and pot this and pot that, like CBD, just so much THC, like we were about to have so much fun growing and cultivating plants. Now that was about to be my future, and I was like, it was. And then, you know, Mary stepping in and being like, I've got a better future for you, honey. Like, I've got a way better future for you. And, or that, and just says, I've got a way better future for you, it's with me, Mary. And like, I don't want pot smoke in my house, you know what I'm saying? Like, alright, there won't be pot smoke in your house then. And it's like, no pot smoking. Now, when Kevin's like, not even going to do it on the front porch, and he's not going to leave Mary to go off into society to do like, and then he comes back and his eyes are red and he's like, I smoked a whole bunch of pot, Mary, like, you know, stuff like that. And she's like, well, if that's all that Kevin was doing, basically just going off somewhere and smoking some pot, so I'm basically telling you the truth. I just smoked pot. It kept me that, like, it made me not, like, sexually inclined to, like, look at all these girls and be like, they're all so beautiful. I want to, like, impregnate all these girls. It was like, no, pot made me go straight to church and just be like, no temptations, you know, no other girls, like, you know, and then look at that, Mary, Joanna, you know, like marijuana and stuff like that. They put the word Mary on it so that, like, it kept me that, like, kind of like that, like, almost like Jesus being, like, this virgin, abstinent, pure, holy, celibate, like, it got me away from so much, like, watching pornography and, like, doing stuff like that, like really wanting to have sex with girls and stuff, and then I'm more focused on just doing this, and I'm not even focused on sex compared to like so sexual again due to just no pot, none of this stuff, and get extremely sexual then. And then, okay, Mary, like no pot, but extremely sexual, and it's like, please stop. Just stop and let Mary talk to you, alright? And then that's it. Like when Mary listens to you at first and then later Mary responds, then she knows English language, or as a translator, your translator has to be like accurate, and also please, please don't translate it in like not the right translations, you know? Because like this, like when you say please, and it sounds like police sometimes and stuff like that, it's like please, you know, like I'm begging you to make sure that like my image and everything about me, it has to be the bright side of me, the best of me and stuff. Compared to like, I know, and it's like trying to get the best stuff to Mary so that Mary only gets the best out of me. Now the stuff that's just not the best stuff, what isn't the best stuff then? And it says, well, I'm listening to Mary then. It's like what Mary wanted to tell me. Yeah, exactly. So it's called Due to Mary, I'll never go back to pot, and that's it. Like when Mary's around me, that I just live for Mary. I live for Mary, I breathe for Mary, I eat for Mary, cook for Mary, do anything that Mary wants. Now that's it. Now if Mary like he's really good to me, and says like because I want you to stay so loyal to me, you know, like and that's Kevin being so loyal. And I will. I'll be so loyal to Mary, and that's my promise to Mary. I'll be so loyal to Mary. Now it really, really, really is good. Is good. Is I-S. Is G-O-O-D. Good. For Kevin to focus on Mary. Now to just be like, I'm going to focus on Mary for up to like 16 years, and at the end of it, I might like try to report back to like civilization to let them know that like I've been away from pot and been away from like, you know, traveling the world and being around pot and stuff because I'm now just being around Mary. And it's like I'm just going to be around Mary forever, and that's forever. Being around Mary forever. It says that like that's exactly what Mary wants. So it's like Mary's my perfect, perfect, perfect highlight. Mary's my perfect everything. Mary is my perfect heaven, and I don't need pot to get into heaven or to feel like heaven and stuff. It says like without the pot though, Mary wouldn't perhaps know like something, because like without pot, then what? I mean, then what? I went like my whole life without pot, basically. Straight edge. I basically went like almost my whole life without pot. You're like, well, you went without pot for like billions of hours on this planet, more like billions of days, like your family, everything about you, no pot. But there was stuff like this. See? This is it. This is called baby food. Now, when I have a baby, and then my baby's one spoonful of this, and I trust this for my baby, like the best thing ever, now, would I eat it? And the answer is, sure. Would I feed it to my baby? Sure. It's like, it's supposed to be the best baby food ever and stuff, and like one little baby, 3 spoonfuls of this is enough to be like, I don't even know if I trust this stuff. Now, if the baby wants to drink all of it, then the baby's going to be on like that. I think it almost is kind of like a drug, because think about it. It's kind of like that. It might be a drug. It might be affecting our baby and be like, but that's it. So that's what I used to have and stuff like that. And because I was a baby and I had like stuff like this, and it was really, really good. And my mom used to like shake it and jog around the house and play with buggas, you know, peace. This is called a bugga. And like the buggas follow you around and like talk to you and talk to mom and like, hi, I love you from mom, from Bugga World. And like, she'd be like the best mom ever, and like we'd be like, I'd be eating and drinking this, then we'd save the containers, and then my teeth were coming out, so like I was teething then, and like put the teeth in the jar and like saved it for the tooth fairy. Like my life, perfect. I loved it. I loved it. Gerber food, rice cereal, more Gerber food. And like this is the stuff I'm about to start eating now. Old Kevin, and they're not sure if it's because of pot or just because of being a child and just spraying this stuff all over the place and just having so much fun and just being tra-la-la, you know, like it's the same thing, like Captain Underpants, he puts on his thing and just jumps out the window, but he doesn't get hurt, but he's just super duper on another level. Now, it's not due to pot, it's due to like eureka, you know, and like boom, like splashing baby food all over the place, and like because that's being a baby, it's like glitter all over the place, it's edible glitter, and then you're like, you know, like you're being a baby again. Remember, so Kevin's being a baby. The translation of Kevin smoked pot, and then Kevin wanted to be a baby again forever, and just said, so he's just playing around like a baby, the childlike innocence, and mommy's like, I have to clean all that up now, you know. So we're like, I don't have to clean it up. Make a mess, walk away from it, and then watch what happens next. So much biology that now you can't clean it up forever, because guess what? There's so many baby little tiny critters, and like for all we know, it might have been the origin of life itself. Like 60 billion trillion zillion million years goes by. Whatever you just spilled all over the floor with your right mixtures and stuff, we don't know. Maybe eventually some DNA and stuff will start doing something somewhere. And like, you don't even know how to create a human. You don't know how to get a body, a mind, an eye, like anything. And then, but Kevin was chosen to have a body and be like a part of my body. I'm gonna drink this for my baby. So it's like my baby's getting exposed to it. My sperm's getting exposed to it. Like Mary's getting exposed to it. Like treating me as a Mary and being like, Mary's about to get exposed by this type of stuff. And like, it looks like shampoo, right? You could probably take a bath in this stuff and be like, la 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 la. Like, you're so much fun. And that's it. Like, Kevin's really fun. And I don't need pot to have fun, but pot used to be about way more fun. Like, woohoo! Yeah! Hallelujah! And like, hallelujah! You know, like you got the right noises, and like, cause it's the pot, it makes him have a good time. Now, please, for the love of God, just do that stuff without the pot, and then Mary apparently will be satisfied. But like, she won't be satisfied until you do like what? And it says that. Like, I want to raise a baby with you. Now, can I please have these ingredients shared with me for my baby? And the answer is absolutely. And when the world wants to get the finest ingredients for you, it's called welcome back to Tesco, welcome back to the stage, welcome back to whatever this thing did to you. And so that you're going to have some of the best ingredients from the UK then, and like, or wherever it is, the United Kingdom? How about the United Queendom? You know, like the Queen, the King, the Queen, and the Queen. Like, Mary's a queen. And like, if Kevin Scott Pepper and the Virgin Mary said, I do, you know, then it's like, that means you might be a king, and this is a king and a queen now. That's called like being flattered and being like, wow. You know, like I'm not sure if I can like, wow. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's amazing. Now, that, it says, for my friends. And it says like, this is for my friends. Alright? Thank you. And I love you. And I think that you're awesome. Now someone tried to give me a tip and said, well, you left the Publix on because look, the smiling face, you know what I'm saying? Like one eye, two eye, smiling face. Little things like that mean a lot to us, because we'd be looking at all sorts of stuff in your video and be like, I see a smiling face. I see a smiling face. Now you left that thing on, you didn't take it off, and you've got a smiling face. And then this, I, some type of, well, yeah, like a mouth, or like this, or something. No, like that. I know, it's like the cutest angel ever. You're like, wait a second. You're seeing a lot of like eyes and smiles and stuff. And like, you kind of do this to us. Like, wow. You know, like, so Kevin's wearing his wedding ring. The whole I do thing and the I do theory in front of the whole world or whatever. Like, I do, Mary, I do. Like, I do. And she'd be like, I do too. You know, and like, that'd be like, we need the finest ingredients and stuff. And if they want to get us into a heaven, and so that like, so that, like an unlimited credit card or something that has clean money from something that was extremely ethical. It's ethical to take care of the Virgin Mary's husband and Mary. So if you want an ethical business and an ethical stuff, in the essence of like, you get like 5% of Tesco, you know, and it costs you like $2,000, you know, but like, but then you get like 25% of Publix, and it costs you like, see, that's inflation theory and playing around with calculus and math. My impulse was like 5 cents. Like for 5 cents, you get like 25% of Publix, and like stuff like that. Really, like, please, for the love of God, figure out what just happened. Now, when your friends visit here and they go to Publix and they test out like the best ingredients and stuff, and they're like, it might be the best, and for free or 5 cents. And so that like, and then when you go to Tesco, and like, they're like, well, think about it. Like, if I picked up the tab and said, well, like, how about that? Picking up the tab and don't. Work there with us. Work at Tesco, And it's like trusting Tesco with like Mary and stuff. It's like, because it must be amazing. That's it. I must know like one keyword, you know, Tesco. And like, so that I know exactly why I know what Tesco is, and it's because of UK dubstep. And I said it like, dubstep. I remember them. I remember the dubstep. That whole like scream and like banga. And if it really started with scream and banga, then please just be like absolutely. And it scream and banga. Wait. What about this? The UK garage culture, or like drum and bass, like London drum and bass, like the first like dubstep. When dubstep coined the phrase, it was like banga or something to do with DMZ. So the DMZ record label, DMZ, Digital Mystics. I hope I got that right. Now that's like an A+ on your like your Tesco certified like. What? Yeah, we had the Scream vinyl. We actually ordered the vinyl, alright. And it was kind of like that, a bugga or peace, you know, it just said like, thank you. And it even said CD on it, and it says that like, it's one of the nicest vinyl, it had C on one side, D on the other, it's like a nice big vinyl. I'm like, what was it? What was it? I don't know, I'm gonna need to check it out. And that's like, when you're a real DJ, and like, you already know, like, it's some of the best like vinyls and stuff. Like, sometimes it's nice to have a little bit of dubstep and a little bit of this and a little bit of that. It appears to be like my neighbors like checking me out. No, that's my mom. My mom, we were doing like Snoop. You know, Snoop is my nickname for my mom. She calls me Snoop, and it's kind of interesting. It's like she's snooping around, or she tuned into me like smoking pot once and said like, what, Snoop Dogg? Or something like that. She comes around Snoop, and she's like, Snoop, and then remember the whole Rastafarian thing? We're like, he wants to be a Rastafarian or something and stuff like that. And like, what happened to Snoop? You know, like the Snoop double G or whatever, or something. So like, because D-O-double-G, you know, like it was dog. It's just that like, I'm making a video. Yep.
That's nice. Hi.
I'm making it for a video. I've got some returns for you though. These are some of the prices because I've been trying to make a
You
YouTube.
spent $440 in the last 2 days at Walmart.
Yeah, and it's for the videos and stuff, but okay, we can return some stuff because like I got some like girl clothing because I said that like, just it's for the videos. It's not for anything but just YouTube.
Okay, so
you know?
let's get that back.
It's for YouTube then.
Let's get
You
that
know?
back. You could get some stuff that, oh my gosh.
And
You
then
could get some
that's
stuff.
all the Halloween that I never got to have. And I said it's time for you to
Sure.
have a Halloween.
Yeah, why not? Just, if it's open, you can go ahead and put it in the refrigerator. How's that?
Happy Halloween, Mom.
There you go.
And you know what? You deserve. You
need to
deserve.
put that in water,
You
Kevin.
deserve some flowers. They're already in water, but I took them out for the video. So you deserve some flowers.
Oh, thank
So
you.
you're such a wonderful mom that gave a birth to something for the entertainment.
Oh, so you got 3 for $12. Even the roses are 3 for $12?
Yeah, 3 for $12.
Wow,
That's
that's a
Club
really
Rose.
good price. Yeah, that's a really good price. Okay, so when you open the food, would you please put it in the refrigerator? I know that's a lot to remember,
No,
but
those actually they stay safer outside the fridge.
no, they'll just get full of bugs, and it's not good for the
But the
bugs.
bugs get to it.
It's not good for them, Kevin.
This is like traced on my apartment, so that like
Yeah, they're going
this
to
is a
put
cactus
that in
store.
the refrigerator.
And we used to be like no bad aroma.
And it melts bacon? How are you gonna cook
You guys
it?
remember bacon was my favorite
You
food.
don't have any way to cook this.
I know. I need you to turn on the stove for me.
Oh.
But
Oh,
the
I don't
bacon,
know if
the
that's
bacon
a good
was
idea.
remember when I was a little kid, I used to put bacon on my like.
Oh, they do.
You listening?
Yeah.
I used to put bacon on my door. I said it's time for me to
Yeah.
finally get that good morning bacon that I've like never had in like months or something.
Okay, okay.
Now the ice cream and stuff. Now, as you know, I was basically purchasing extra ingredients to have kind of like a miniature party for my friend Austin who just came back.
Okay.
Austin wants to just
Yeah.
have it's total always about sobriety, never do drugs ever.
Yeah.
And we wanted to just get like a fridge.
Yeah,
and some
the stuff like the candy and the ice cream is fine, but the clothing is really just plain weird.
stuff. No, that's it.
Now, when you open stuff like sardines, Kevin, you're gonna have to be really careful.
I bought the sardines to bring back the good family.
Do not put this in the house anywhere, like don't let it get on the countertops, it's gonna stink up the whole house really bad.
I know, but I bought those
So
sardines.
maybe a good place to open it would be out in the yard on the grass, not in the patio. I mean, honestly, I think sardines and bacon are really gonna mess up the house, like the bacon
Well,
with the
it's
grease.
the old favorite foods that you used to bless me with. You'd give me bacon on my birthday, and you'd also give me sardines We used to
Yeah,
eat
but I can be
sardines.
very careful with how I handle it.
Do you trust those sardines? Are they from like the Pacific or are they from somewhere safe to eat now? Do you think
I
there's
don't think you
radiation?
should have the sardines.
You think there's radiation on the sardines?
Just not a good plan right now. And
Why?
these aren't even sardines.
I know. I want real sardines that don't have any kind of.
These aren't
I don't want
sardines.
nuclear radiation on my sardines.
Yeah, I'd say let's just take back
You
a
think
few
they
of
scan
these.
these with a Geiger counter? Now, we can take
I
back all
just
those
don't think,
photos.
yeah, I just don't think
That
this
would probably
is
save
really a
you
good plan
$100.
right here. Do you have the receipt?
Yeah, I've got the receipts right here.
Cool. If I can have the receipt, then I can just take care of some.
Now, Mom, one of these things I kind of had to do this. Remember, I kept telling you, it's for the videos, it's for my wife, it's for everything, but it's like
Yeah.
an engagement ring and stuff. And I just want to have this around so they can be like, I want a
That's a
wedding.
woman's ring, not
It's
a
an
man's ring.
888 though. It's only $8.88.
Oh, sure,
Yeah,
that's
of
not a problem.
course.
Okay, so this clothing also, we'll just go ahead.
Yeah. This
take
type of stuff, it's a lot of little.
That's not a problem at all.
It's a lot of.
Okay, yeah, no problem, no problem, we'll just get,
Yeah, the dresses. That's about $70 worth of clothing. Now that's just one day of work for your wife, and then you get clothing that way. Capitalism at its fullest. Trickle-down economics theory. An economist on our hands. That's called the business meeting, you know? Like I studied that stuff. Accounting, accruing interest rates. When you're getting interest, you know, like you're like, I get $5 on top of $10, like find out the algorithm. It's just don't do anything but just that fair trade and just talk with us about fair trade for a while. And like find out how to break free of being like an accidental millionaire. Like,
black shoes,
you get what I'm saying?
did you buy those too? The black shoes on the porch?
Alright, so
Do you know
As
where
you
the
can
black shoes on the porch came from?
the dresses and stuff, absolutely, it was almost $70, and then the rest of the stuff is
Yeah.
just what you thought it was, a bunch of food,
Absolutely nuts.
it's just a bunch of food.
Yeah, that's not working out.
What, the food?
You know what I could do is.
You don't like the food that I picked out?
No, just the bacon, you know.
No, the bacon's because of my birthday, remember?
Okay, but you're not having your birthday yet, so how about on your birthday we'll do bacon? Is
Mom,
that a good
no,
enough deal?
I wanna bring back the memories. I
Okay,
wanna
well-
sizzle that bacon and have a perfect
I don't know
morning.
what is in this. Did you
That's
put it
creamer,
in
I
this?
put creamer in it.
Okay, but it's warm, so it's gonna make you sick. That's
No,
not a good-
it's fresh and it's brand new and it smells great and I can drink it.
Okay, it's not fresh, it's not cold, it doesn't look okay, see how it's separated? That's not okay for you.
Alright, whatever, you can throw it. Here's the
It will
receipt.
make you
As you
sick.
know, it's just a bunch of food. I got so much food and just a little bit of clothing. And the clothing was for the video.
Okay,
It's for the video.
yeah,
You know, it's
Right.
not for you, it's more for the video. For like if you watch the video, you'll be like, alright, it
okay.
might be for you and then and for others or
Sure.
whatever.
You never know. But you cleaned the place up, it's so tidy and nice,
I know.
it's so nice.
I know, because I'm trying
It's a
to
good
turn over
deal.
the leaf
Good,
and just
good for you.
be as perfect as I can ever be, you know?
Yeah.
Alright. I think she's found the right mixture of clothing. It's the right mixture that's not provocative, it's just basically girls' clothing. So it's about being an entertainer, as if you're always on camera, you're always talking to God, and you talk a lot. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
I like your clothing. My research video was about girls' clothing. I said that your clothing is basically the sweet spot, as in it's not too revealing, it's just what I like.
Right, sure,
I'm
yeah.
glad that you found out basically the secret formula to clothing and stuff, and I think you know about high class clothing, and that's called being high class.
Okay, now with all these canned fishes and stuff, this is.
Different snacks. I wanted to bring back what Karen used to do for me. She
Okay, but
always used
Kevin,
to. We used to
you
live
really
up.
need to know what you're doing when you open these, because these can cause
I know.
really serious
I'll
damage
open
to
them
the
up down
house.
the road or something. I'll like go outside on the front lawn and eat it.
And not on the front lawn, but way in the back.
Yeah,
where
and then
there's-
I'll wash my hands afterwards. So
On
I bring a
the
Clorox
grass.
wipe. I bring a Clorox wipe or a baby wipe, and then I wipe my hands down.
Okay, and keep the can, open it out there,
Yeah.
and bring a little
So
garbage
can I have
bag.
the sardines as well then?
Listen carefully.
I know, bring a garbage bag. I already know. Just
You
keep
can
the
take
mess
a
contained.
Walmart bag
It's
and then
called
throw it.
keeping the mess contained by Karen. I already know how to keep a mess
Can you
contained.
just help me right now?
Sure.
Thank
I'm
you.
on a video
Okay,
though. It's a
we're gonna
video
walk-
conference with like all my friends. So hi. I'm about to do some garbage and help
We're gonna
out
walk out
with
here.
their chores. You know? Yeah, mom wants me to do something. So please be entertained. Listen to Prodigy, the Fat of the Land or something.
It's horrible, it's bad for your health. And the other thing is, one other little thing, just to focus, the car light. When I drove up this morning, the dome light is on in the car, which runs the
Oh,
back.
that would have been last night. I was searching the car and
Okay,
I
but
wasn't
you
out.
have to remember to leave that light off.
Sure. I know, I don't want the battery to go dead.
Okay, you sure don't, because that will hurt the car a lot.
Well, I'll let you know.
If you jump it, it could damage.
I'll let you know that I woke up and it was like probably like 5, so it hasn't been more than like
Okay,
a couple
cool.
of hours.
But
you
be
know?
real careful with that, okay?
Yeah,
Because
sure.
that's
I'll
the
double
second
cross-check.
time I've seen it.
That's the
happen.
cross check and it has nothing to do with anything but just to, I'm too
Okay.
busy and I'm trying to do my order of operations, I gotta like do everything.
Just telling you it's the second time I found it on.
Sure.
Okay, so
Now-
just try to watch that if you could, please.
As you know, I really want a car sound system, so what do you think about like,
You can't do it in that car.
do you think Cindy, whatever that little car is, that,
Cindy's gone, we sold it.
no,
You didn't want it because it had an oil leak, remember?
yeah, I don't want an oil leak car.
Exactly. So you're just gonna have to wait and maybe use your phone and don't turn up the sound system
No,
in
I
that
want the
car.
sound system, the subwoofers.
Well, you'll have to do it in the house or on your
Right,
phone.
so can I borrow,
You can't do it in that car, I don't want passengers in the car. The car is to go to the grocery store,
Can-
not to ride around listening to music.
can I please have
That's
this?
my car, I don't want it ruined.
Can I please have you drive the subwoofer of mine to Florida Discount Music so we can test it out and make sure it works? My giant subwoofer that's at Mike's house.
Oh, yeah, and mine not working, it's been
Alright,
outside
so
for
can we
years.
please load that together?
It's been outside for at least
Can
5
we
years.
please load that together? Can you get the truck and arrange for that to get dropped off at Florida Discount? I already talked to Mike, the owner, he said, I'll test it out for you.
Well, they won't store it.
Well, they'll test it out for me, so I can leave
Well,
it
we
there
can
for like a
work
day or
on
two.
that after I get back from visiting with Aunt Louise, okay? Because right now, it's really
Right,
push, push,
so
push,
can I
push.
ask you, I don't want any more
I'm
cleaning
going
done.
out of
I don't
town.
want any more cleaning, the clothes is the only thing I think you're gonna wanna return, the rest of it's just a bunch of food products, food that I thought I wanted, because it's what I wanted. It might not be
Of
what you
course.
wanted,
That's great.
I know, and I tried to get the
The only
stuff from
problem is
you.
cooking the bacon, we're gonna have a little issue because it causes a lot
Bring
of
me a pan.
damage. No, Kevin, it causes damage. When you use grease like that, it gets it in the air, it gets stuck to the walls.
I'll repaint the house. It's just one time, I'm not
You
gonna cook
can't
bacon
even
every
paint
hour.
over grease like that.
I'm not gonna
You
cook bacon
can't
more than once,
get it
man.
off.
I'm gonna cook
It
bacon probably once.
causes a lot of trouble.
Mom,
So there would be a way we could do it, I think.
I cover the pan,
We could put something outside for you to cook on with the bacon.
right?
Maybe you could do it in a microwave, that might be.
Never, I want real, perfect bacon.
Okay.
We're like, I don't even eat bacon, it's not even good for you, but still. I
Well, I'll
want
see
the,
if I can get like a little grill maybe.
it might be good for you, I've got the no hormones, no MSG, no like bad stuff, no nitrates, I've got pure bacon in there.
Yeah, well, it might have to wait until after I get back, but the bacon will keep,
How about
bacon
this,
keeps
Mom?
for
I'll
months.
cover the lid and I won't let this
No.
bacon splatter.
It doesn't work, because it actually gets in the air. It actually, that's that wonderful smell of bacon. It's better to keep that in a restaurant or in a situation where you can do it outside, because it literally coats the
Alright,
walls with
Then don't worry
grease.
about it, now Mom,
It's like cigarette
I don't
smoke, you
want, I don't
can't
want
get
the
it
whole
off.
house arranged by you, so you mind like going to the front
I
door and
won't
talking?
touch it,
No,
you
like
just
can you go to the front door and talk to me? I don't want you in the house right now, because the house
Okay,
is
number
just
one,
not mine.
turn off the lights, it's the middle of the day, you've got lots of
Alright,
daylight.
now listen, let's talk
Okay, so
about
there's a light
this
on in
being
here.
my house, so can you please like, you know,
Okay,
not
so
like,
turn the lights
can you
on.
please just stop? I don't want anything moved, I've got everything I wanted.
Flush the toilet, you can walk with me.
Mom, I want you to, I already did everything for me, that's for you, I don't want you to mess around with everything that I want. I already flushed the toilet, I already did everything.
Garbage is out, is there garbage in there?
No, and I'm not, there's nothing that needs to be done. Now,
Okay,
how's your day going?
it's not good.
Thank you, I want the house just like exactly
Because it's
how
not
it's.
good.
No, everything's fine, everything's fine, I've already checked it.
Okay,
So I'm
Cool.
doing fine.
okay.
Do you wanna help me out with
You know
the
what?
speaker? Can you help me with the speaker?
Not until I get back, cause
Where
that's,
you, where
you
you
have to
going?
get a bunch of men.
No, trust me, I can carry it. I'll get one of my friends over here. I wanna get the speaker going.
400 pounds.
Yeah, I wanna get the speaker going,
Hurt
so
yourself.
can you please get,
Can't do it today, can't do it this week.
why can't you do it today?
Because number one, I can't get the truck. Number two, I cannot
Why can't you get the truck?
move that
Why
speaker.
can't you get the truck?
It's not my truck. Mike's using the truck.
Where?
Specific-
Your what?
I don't know, he's using the truck.
Can you call him and say Kevin wants to get a speaker to FM discount? Because I already made a meeting with the business professionals and they said I need to get that there
Alright,
basically
I
by
can't
today.
take care of
I
it.
need to get there by
You'll
today.
have to get one of your friends
Alright,
with the
I'm gonna have
truck.
to call my friends with the truck then.
Yes.
Now, do you
Very
have Michael
important.
Chambliss' number so I can call him and treat him as my friend and just say, hey Mike, I'm looking to move a speaker, can you help me out?
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, what's
We'll
Mike's
work
number?
on that a little
What's
later.
Mike's
You're
number?
getting really pushy.
I know, just because I'm
Oh, thank you for the flowers.
I don't want the house getting all rearranged and stuff like that, like everything just
I'm only here to take out the garbage,
Okay,
flush the toilets, turn off the lights, that aren't being
the
used,
lights are off.
turn off the light in the car.
Okay, Mom.
And I just was curious what you were buying. Oh,
Okay, so you got the receipts and you can return the clothes. Now, love you, Mom. So call me on my brand new smartphone, right?
sure.
Thanks for surprising me. If you want to go get lunch today,
These shoes come off.
that's my friend's shoes, and they're smelly. Don't touch them. Like they're not good. I mean, no, but they're smelly. They're smelly, weird fungal shoes. It's just it smells like my father's feet or something. So, but yeah, exactly. But they are. So of course I am. I'm getting them back, but they stink. So basically, what I wanted to sure. What I wanted to let you know is that I want to make sure that everything's absolutely as perfect could be. I have a new job opportunity, and that's called Bring the JB On. I might have a job at a real nice place. And compared to you telling me that, like,
Yeah, just go ahead and either go back to work or sure.
sure, or go to school. Go to school or get work. I understand. Alright, thank you, Mom. Have a great night. And have a great day. Okay, do you want to call me? Alright, call me. Alright, call me. The smartphone. Alright, call me on the smartphone. Just call me on the smartphone and just show up. Thanks for cleaning up the house. I'll see you later. Alright, bless you, Mom. Bye. Alright, back to the video conference. So that's called short, sweet, and simple, down to the point. Like a meetup with my mom, like approved of her clothing immediately, so like just like that, like Facebook Mark Zuckerberg, like something amazing. Millionaires, billionaires, lots of business meetings. Like it's not really about the money now. To try out rice cereal, that's superpower for a superhuman. Like if I eat even half of that rice cereal thing, and then citating like these YouTubers and stuff, like the whole like what was it? I don't remember. So if you're still looking for music and stuff, I think that Jesper Kyd, it's GESPER space KYD. Now some are familiar with this from that, like some video games that had like some really nice movements in it, and that's for like a musician that, you know, made a lot of soundtracks and stuff. And I wasn't supposed to exactly just citate that. I was trying to citate something else. It was based off of eating like a half of a portion of the rice cereal and eating it in one sitting and being like, this is like 2,000 calories and I'm not eating it as fast as I can, but it's like the professional eating contests and stuff. And so they're like amazing. Like I don't even remember their names and stuff. And like it's kind of selective remembering, you know? So that's it. If I made a YouTube channel based off of me just eating stuff like this. Like Gerber's food for my baby, and so like I eat it for my baby, the inner baby in me, and like I'm pregnant because my wife's pregnant. Now, Mary got me pregnant. You get what I'm saying? Like Mary got me pregnant as a man, and like I'm a pregnant man because I'm like she's pregnant, I'm pregnant, we're pregnant together because it's us as two.